Apparently, you're not supposed to keep whiskey in the fridge. Lesson learned. Let's see if it still tastes. Still smells. I'm just glad I did it with, like, the cheap stuff. It's Comics and Shots, a semi-comedic, a completely improvised semi-comedic musing by Howard Stern's Mick the Nerd, aka YouTube and TikTok's Mick the Man, aka Mick the Maverick, aka the Lost Headlamp. Today's subject, Ghost in the Shell 2. I have not seen it. I'm going through Ghost in the Shell, reading a little bit of the manga here and there, then going to the TV shows, starting with the movie directed by the most polarizing anime director of all time, Mamoru Oshii. Yes, you might also know his work from Patlabor, Patlabor 2, Patlabor OVAs, yada yada, all the Patlabors, and a failed script for Lupin the Third that he ended up turning into a Patlabor movie. That was one of the two Patlabor movies I mentioned. Yes. I remember really loving Ghost in the Shell standalone, the standalone complex, and I think I saw the movie as a kid. Can't remember though. Don't think I saw Innocence though. And from what I've heard, it's kind of Mamoru Oshii at his most Oshii-ist. Because he's the kind of director who will blah-beat you with pseudo-intellectualism to the nth degree. Like, let's just get real here, people. Patlabor 2 sucked. It was awful. The animation was beautiful, but dear God, it would blah-beat you with whatever bullshit philosophy the characters were talking about. There's one scene where it's like Goto is talking with the cross-eyed dude for like 5 minutes and there's no animation going by. This is a theatrical release, not a made-for-TV movie. What's going on there? And also, I don't mean to call sexism, but I know for a fact that in Ghost of the Shell 2, it doesn't feature Major Makoto Kusanagi and instead features her partner Bato as the main lead. Idiotic. Absolutely idiotic. You're probably thinking, oh, Ghost in the Shell's an ensemble show. No, they made it ensemble. Originally, it was mostly about Major Kusanagi. Yeah, it's like, it's her book, it's her story, and, you know, it's kind of a brother of Mamoru Oshii's, like, works in general. If there's a strong female lead, he ends up ironically pushing them to the background. Like Patlabor 1, the better of the two, even that one has Noah Izumi basically in the background, while her partner Asuma does all this crazy detective shit all throughout the movie, trying to figuring it out. And also, we're just beat to death by why the villain killed himself and programmed all the new laborers to go fucking crazy whenever they hear a whistle. Which apparently they couldn't just automatically scrub out of the system because no one had a file of the original operating system. Yeah, like, I hate to say it, but the TV series that was told to have more action scenes to sell more action figures was kind of better science fiction than the theatrical release movie, at least the first one. Not gonna be started on the second one, which, let's get real here, was just the OVA episode, SV2's Longest Day, stretched out to like 120 minutes. Only worse, because they totally messed up the main character's personality completely. Also, if you were shipping her with Asuma, guess what? You gotta read the novelization of the movie in order for confirmation on that. Mamoru Oshii. The guy is one of those directors who focuses much more on intellectualism and message than character. I'm just going to say it. I don't think he's that good at character writing, or character work, or personal arcs, or anything. It's just like, Patlabor, the TV series, was a lot more, or like personal episodes, and it's like, now he was the director. You just know like the reason that show was so good is because there were assistants, other writers helping everybody throughout the series. Yes. Back to Ghost in the Shell. Innocence. It'd be like if Spider-Man 2 focused on just J. Jonah Jameson and Spider-Man didn't have any dialogue throughout the film. That's what it's like. Terrible idea. And also, once again, Mamoru Oshii, pointless pseudo-intellectualism. I like a lot of his stuff, but when he's bad, he's really bad, and there's honestly a reason why he hasn't had many, works in the past couple years. I haven't heard anything about him health-wise. I mean, he's only 72, so, you know. As I say about the live-action Patlabor series, the best. It's the future where Patlabors are no longer needed, and that's why there are no laborers around. They're fucking construction machines. You're gonna say that this society just doesn't need construction machines anymore? No! What? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Lamest reason for for cheap special effects ever. Ugh. All anyone wanted was a frickin' animated series, which we were promised, by the way. This is about Ghost in the Shell, but then it just devolved into another Patlabor rant. Ghost in the Shell and Patlabor. That's the name of this episode. Yeah, but still. I remember that one episode of Ghost in the Shell with the blind girl whose dad is a terrorist. That one was sad. You think you could be a family man and a terrorist? No way, pal. That stuff. Awesome. Yeah. Well, Mamoru Oshii and the works he work on, sometimes he works, sometimes it's Ghost in the Shell, Innocence, and Patlabor 2. Point is, don't let him do sequels. With that, like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with a bear. And always remember, praise be to the blood elk, fear the stabopotamus, and death to Kronos. Still has a burn. Not as much as usual, but it's still there.